You're right.
Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold on me and won't let go. I've been sleeping, caught me off my guard. Cause you're in my space and now I'm so. Pull me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get me to open. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Shot away. Won't let you touch me, won't let you go to my head. Cause I know I'm dealing with the devil. But I'm standing with my heart in your hand. And I'm too deep into win this gamble. Pull me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get me to open. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything.
Hey, you
I
guys!
miss Schwartz. I miss Schwartz.
That's a weird way to start.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, happy Cruiseday Tuesday.
I just saw him on the video. I'm like, I miss him.
Is the sound working, you guys? Can
No.
anybody
No
tell
sound
if there's sound working? I hope that you can see us and that you can hear us, because last week
They
we
said
had
it.
5 minutes without
You're laughing. Okay, they hear you. Well, the hangman's already in.
Yay! Oh, the hangman in with a super chat, the first super chat. Thank you so much, the hangman, with your super chat. I appreciate it. It's got a fun super sticker, I think. A little shade, some shades. I love it. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We have a special guest, and he just popped into the backstage. I am
Backstage.
just a little
Somewhat.
excited about this guest. You may know him if you've been in this cruise community at all on YouTube land. It is such a privilege to host our guest tonight. So let me
She's all giddy.
oh man,
You
I
haven't
am.
told,
Woo!
yes.
First and foremost, I just want to say hello to the Mod Squad. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Anthony and Blaine and Derek and Gregory. Thank you for all you do. Timothy Walters, happy birthday, my friend.
And thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. He said, Naughty Nancy love the pics from your new home. We're coming from our second home in Florida.
Yeah.
We are making this a home.
We're actually in the Lanai, so we're outside.
Yes, so it is gorgeous in Florida. This week has just been lovely. We actually turned off the air conditioning yesterday and opened everything up, and it was perfect. It was just perfect. We're so blessed. It's a little overwhelming, but let me tell you, it is so exciting. And now that cruising is opening up, what a place to be. What? Honey! Oh, honey!
Since I possibly won't be able to make it to the housewarming party, here's my gift in advance. Congrats to you and Anthony. What a blessing this home will be for you guys.
Oh, honey.
Well, thank you.
We appreciate you so much. Thank you
You
so
don't need to be
much for
doing
the
that, but thank you,
overwhelming
yes.
super chat.
Yes, we appreciate it.
We're blown away. Oh my gosh. You guys don't need to gift us anything, but just your presence is such a gift. We really love the cruising community. Without further ado, let me introduce our guest who's waiting in the wings. This guy has been such an influence to me as a creator, to so many of the cruise lovers, the supporters, the people who have been waiting with bated breath to find out, when are we cruising again? Give us just a nugget of hope.
And he's been on it. He has been on it.
And he is most likely the biggest influence in me even being out here in YouTube land. So Mr. Tony Barnett, let me add him to the stream here.
Welcome.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Nancy and Anthony? So good to be here. How about that? Like, I'm in Florida, but I'm also in Florida over there.
Right.
I'm in two Floridas.
Like, yeah, like
I'm in the Matrix. I'm in the Matrix, I think.
It's one of those weird, the
timely, wimely, wobbly, bobbly.
No, that would be a timing thing. No, I don't think.
Well, welcome, Tony. We're so
you.
privileged to have you. You
Yes.
and your beanie. Thank you for sporting it.
I'm loving this hat. Like, it's the debut of the
Yeah,
beanie. I don't know. I'm digging
You're really rocking it,
Love
man.
it. Love it.
I'm setting a trend. I'm wearing this to the MDR. Did anybody just cringe? How about that? Or formal
I
night.
don't think so. No.
Formal night.
He's a hat guy. You know,
I am a hat guy.
My
Yeah.
dude is a hat guy.
Yeah. So I don't have it on right now, but we're inside. So
That's
for
right.
me, it's kind of a formal thing, but yes.
Oh
you go.
my gosh. Well, we're so privileged to have you. Oh man, I wish I had like a little bit of your energy, Tony. Well, I have my own type of energy, but holy cow, you're just you always have so much energy. We really admire you.
I try to keep it amped up, but I definitely crash at the end of these shows. So it's,
this is a late show for you.
It's waning, so I'll try to take it down.
All right.
I'll try
We
to take
got
it down
this.
a notch.
We'll hold you in.
That's right.
Gotta say some thank yous for the super chats are just going crazy. Just bear with me, Tony. I'd like to acknowledge this.
Jonesy
you know what?
popped
We
in
don't
with
have any
honor of
like
Tony.
lucha. Oh, it's a Lido Loca has a luchador.
That's right. Harry, Larry, Loca, Lucha.
Harry, Larry, Lucha,
Loca, Lucha. That's
Oh
right.
man, have you practiced that several times? I know.
Yes, I've said it a few times for sure.
In order to be able to get to that.
Well, Kevin Fagden, thank you. Fangen. Oh man, Fangen. Thank you so much for the super chat. Happy new house day. We are so excited to be here in Florida. Let me tell you. Oh man, I'd love to talk to you a little bit about Florida living there, Tony.
Yes.
I know you made the change.
Yeah, you made a shift.
Yeah, we sure did. But it's been, we celebrated a year in January, and so we're a year and a few months. Jenny lived in this town for like 15 years. This is where I snatched her out of. My mother-in-law lives here, and her sister lives here, so we got a lot of family here. But yeah, it's been great. Like when we just traveled, we went on like a 3-week trip. We went up to East Tennessee. We went over to Central Tennessee to Nashville. We went into Kentucky.
It's so close.
It was cold, man, the whole time. I was like, okay, I miss the Florida weather. Like, why do I have to wear long pants? This ain't cool. And so I was so happy to get back to Florida. That's one thing I've become a big baby about the cold. So funny.
Oh,
and I know you guys live in.
Oh man, I'm kind of, we're going back and forth. I have to go back to work, and he can just stay here, and he has great internet.
Yeah.
better internet than we've ever had in the country
Yeah.
home. So literally my temperature from going from Florida to Wisconsin cut in half. Like it cut in half, 80s to like 40s. I was just, oh my gosh, it was a shocker.
Yeah, it's the benefits of being quarantined for the last 12 years. And I didn't know what it was, but
Yeah.
you know.
That's what I was going to
Working
say.
from home.
Anthony, have you always been remote with your IT stuff, or is
Pretty
this
much.
just new?
So
Yeah.
since the big crash, since he had a little time.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
it was
since
really
about
hard.
2008. So I've been actually working out of my house. So I've been
That's good.
regular at that, and it makes it so so easy to move from point to point.
Oh man.
Because I don't need to.
It makes me wish I had like if only I could like do bedside nursing.
Yeah. Well, that
I
was
want to be a
remote.
traveler, you know.
Yeah, we're not taking them and we're not bringing them with us. No.
I want to just recognize a couple other super chats out here. You guys, thank you so much for the generosity and for the support. Ann Smith, I've loved seeing Ann. She's been a super supporter for many years now. She says, "Hi, Nurse Nancy. Love seeing you live. Thank you so much, Ann, for
Welcome
the super
everybody
chat."
here.
And holy moly, Jonesy, OKC in honor of Tony. Oh man, can you give Jonesy a little super?
Jonesy, thank you for the super chat.
There we go.
We've only watched you just a few times.
So the Heyman popped in with a super chat early on just before you got in, and he actually is saying that we're going to see if we can hit 820 here.
For the likes.
For
man.
We can do it. 820. What do we got? Let's do it.
Oh,
come on now.
There's no
Not at this
competition.
time of
It's
night.
all good.
We can do it.
I love it. Yeah. We got another one. Jonesy also in honor of Jenny. Oh my gosh.
We do miss her tonight.
Do you remember the
Jenny.
Team Tony and Team Jenny?
Team Tony, Team Jenny. Yeah, that was always fun. Man, we've had so much fun on this journey, just exploring so many different things. I miss Cruise Wars. I really miss the Team Tony, Team Jenny. Like, it was a weird thing because there would be times where it wasn't necessarily fun to make fun of each other. So we struggled with that a little bit, but it was fun I would like to see Cruise, honestly, if we can have the conversation, I would like to see Cruise Wars come back as a serious debate show where somebody prepares to argue either side of an issue and then really argues it. But the problem that we found with Cruise Wars is people would think that that's how we really thought. And so we would have people like, I'm never watching you again because you said this.
Yes,
and it's like
shooting for real.
Yeah, it's like, no, we're just having
that's
you're so mean to your wife. I'm never watching you, you horrible person. It's
that is part of the you have to be careful with some of that. I know, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Well, I see some of my amazing friends, Sarah and Bob, Q's Cruisers. They're coming on the Adventure of the Seas with us.
I can't wait to meet them. Yeah.
Yes,
we'll
they're super people. They are just amazing people.
They're really,
just
really great.
Really easy to talk with, easy to love. Totally part of this cruise community. They hit their milestone of that being monetized in this pandemic. And being a cruise channel.
That's tough,
talking cruising when we're not cruising and like talking love of cruising. So, I mean, they are amazing people. They say, can't wait to cruise with all of you. How many days till Cruise Day? I think isn't it like
23, 24, yeah, maybe 23
till Travel Day.
Yes.
We also got something from Chuck Spencer also with the super chat. I love Chuck. Man, he said it's a $4.99 challenge.
$4.99.
I don't know why I got a Southern accent. I think I've been in the South.
I always go with the Southern accent for the $4.99 challenge. Get yourself a super chat for $4.99. $4.99 everywhere.
Oh my gosh, it just blows me away. And Sean Murphy from the Loca fam, here's to cruising. Let's go.
Oh, I'm excited. Look, we're so much closer than we've been in a long time.
Oh man,
there's still stuff to be worked out, but it's happening. I'm so excited.
I'm still in shock. Like, I'm not like gonna believe it until I can put on that ship, and then I can't even tell you how I'm going to feel about that, because it's crazy to like how long it's been since we've been able to cruise, right?
Well, I get emotional on just regular cruises. Like, it just hits me like a ton of bricks sometimes. Like, wow, this is what I'm doing with my life. And I know this one's going to be like, I'm going to need a moment. I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely.
I think we all will. I've been out there trying to advocate for piracy of the cruise ships.
He wants to get out there one way or the other.
That's right, we're gonna
They're
get our
not
own
gonna
cruise
go.
ship.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'll drive the ship. We'll do that.
Absolutely.
Right. But
Yeah.
no, it's just trying to get back out there would be really a fun thing. But yeah, I really been listening to some of the stuff that you've been saying, and I really agree with you on a lot of the things with regards to the vaccinations and stuff like that. I was kind of in the opposition for a while, but I want to let you know, Tony, you changed my mind, man. You changed my mind about some stuff.
I don't have any secrets to anything. I just keep looking and trying my best to read the
Well,
tea
I had a
leaves,
little
you know.
influence on him too.
Yeah.
I think.
She did.
Yeah.
She
You
did.
know?
But the one thing that really, and I know a lot of people are talking about this vaccine thing, but the one thing that really kind of flipped me over was to realize that this process is the same one that they're using for shingles. And if
Yeah.
it's been so successful in that particular endeavor, then I couldn't see this
Feel
thing
a little
going
bit
wrong.
less scared
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it being like a new shot.
Right.
It's fascinating. Like I like the technology, but like I nerd out way
Yeah,
too much on this
I
stuff.
do.
But this is the same delivery method for the vaccine that they've been using for. I mean, they've been looking at it for decades, but they've had like real practical uses of this
Correct.
delivery method for 10 years. And they're the cool thing about it is. And look, I definitely don't want to take you down the vaccine path, but the cool thing about
Fine, I
it
dropped
is,
it.
yeah, the cool thing about it is that this could be useful for many other types of viruses. So
Right.
I'll be glad. Like I know one of the big objections is it's an experimental vaccine, and the reason it's called experimental is because it only has the emergency
years.
authorization
Yeah.
of the FDA. I'll be excited like when they get the regular approval, because the technology from a medical perspective is really neat. But that's all I'll say about that.
It's so
It's a
exciting,
choice.
and I feel
Yeah.
like the cruising is like one of those things that's tangible that we can like feel once it starts opening up. We can experience that freedom
Yeah.
without being like irresponsible or
Right.
like I don't know. I feel there's a lot of judgment out there,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't be.
That's the
But-
thing. Yeah. That's the thing that I'm going to be excited about, because there's been so much divisiveness over just the handling of the pandemic. And it's going to be nice in a couple months when a lot of these things go away and we can get back to normal. And,
Absolutely.
I really hope we get to the place where instead of, there's just, people are just angry, and it's a weird time, I think, but I really hope that goes away and we can find a way to connect with each other again. So
I think cruising can do that too, right?
Oh, for sure.
And like, come on,
Yeah.
let's go cruising and let's not
Yeah.
fight. Let's have like fun on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Let's all come together and enjoy a vacation together.
yeah,
Oh, I'm falling
So
behind on my
there's a
super
number
chat.
of people
So
who've come up with the $4.99 challenge. Najuma Brown actually
Najuma.
rounded up to $5. Journey with a Ginger. Nancy, can't wait to have you and your beautiful energy on our show this week.
I'm going to be able to be a show, on the journey with the Gingers.
Oh.
So,
we were on, they're fun to talk to. We've been on their show before. Yeah, you'll have
Yeah.
a blast.
Love to the NNN Nancy crew.
Julie Wasowski has also been one of my
Right.
loyals. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Julie.
Yep.
All right. I think we're getting caught up here. And then, yep.
Yep. I got through also. I think.
Man, I think you had
I
one
ripped
more
through.
$4.99 one way up there. We were
Yeah.
talking,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's so
okay.
hard. I don't even know how you can keep up with like the chat, Tony, and how do you do it? How do you even keep up somewhat with like you do such a good job of pulling out people and making them feel special.
Yeah.
Well, that's the hardest thing. Like once you get a certain amount of people, it's, we try to present something, right? And we don't really talk about what we're going to talk about, but we really try to just have moments where we're looking at the camera and sharing a story, and then we have that moment where we just go over to the chat and try to get into the chat.
You're able to connect. Yeah.
That's really what we've been talking about. We really encourage people, like when you see us look that way, if you want to make an impact, say something. And I'm so much like in the moment, like you will catch my attention for something, but I know I miss tons of people, and it's frustrating because I wish that we could make sure that we talk to everybody. But yeah, it's and it's just
Because it's a community. It really is.
And
Yeah.
That's what these are about.
Yeah.
The live streams are really about that. Yeah, we like to get the videos out. We like to have all the in your case, you're doing some great news stuff. We're trying to
and
keep on top.
videos too.
And videos as
Yeah.
well. right? But
I enjoyed your last, seeing your vlog again.
Yeah, it's fun. Like, and that's the interesting thing. Like, we've done a variety, you name it, cruise tips, news, vlogs. We've tried all kinds of different content types. And so I'm interested to see kind of what the next evolution of Lido Loca is. Will people still need a news source? And, can they tolerate some vlogs and news at the same time? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I was going to say, though, I'm super jealous of you guys because you've got to meet so many people. Like I struggle a little bit because I'm super introverted. And so until I meet somebody face to face, I have trouble making that connection. So I like the idea of community, but it's weird. Like when you've only seen like little pictures of people, like to make that connection. But I tell you, like once I meet somebody in real life, like I'm just drawn to that. So I'm jealous so much that you guys have got to meet all these people. And so I'm looking forward, we were getting
you had some really successful though cruises and
we're really close with those people, which is really fun. So I'm looking forward to like the next evolution of that too, where we get to meet more people and kind of expand
that's going to be the big thing now that cruising's open up, is really getting back into meeting people, getting out there. So many people, I mean, even during the pandemic, one of the things that Nancy and I tried to do is not stay cooped up. So we were doing our Cancun runs.
Yeah, we were able to keep on going with that. That was really,
people.
We were still vacationing.
Yeah.
Well, because I have to take off 6 months in advance and slot that slot off to be able to get that vacation. And so like, I was literally hopping from like, okay, this is going to be the next cruise. No, we can't do that. Okay, well, this is going to be the next cruise for sure. I remember when there was like talk that Fort Lauderdale was going to open up in August. And it was going down. We were on that one. Like, we were doing it. No, it didn't happen.
But, the thing is that had it not been for the pandemic, Nancy and I would never have experienced our first hurricane. So that was actually, we got to do that down in Mexico.
At the all-inclusive,
Yeah, because on a boat, you're not going to hopefully not run into a hurricane.
You get to appreciate
that would
staff,
really be a bad
you
thing.
get to appreciate the work, the Mexican people and how they worked, at that resort. Such an amazing way. Vannavi Welch, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm in for, when did you put it away? I'm in for the $4.99 challenge. Love it when creators collaborate. I remember having some good collaborations with you and Cruise Wars. And then remember way back when, Tony, when you had that drink collaboration?
The drink challenge. Yeah. The thing and so like, I'm like the man of a million ideas. I feel bad. Like I stopped collaborating some because I didn't really follow through with the drink challenge very well because I got like so many people that did it. And I'm like, I just never could get it all together. And then when we started going on cruises, I'm like,
if I missed something. I was like, did I miss something?
Nope. But it was great. I mean, I called out.
It was so much fun to just do it, And we put our own little spin in there. We made a video with I don't know, it was goofy, but it helped me so much in my editing skills and getting the sound effects with different stuff and like just being creative and silly about it.
Well, to me, my philosophy and in the very beginning, I wanted to do, I believe that the creative magic comes when creative people get together. And so that's kind of like, that was my philosophy. It's like, okay, I'm brand new at this. I don't really know what I'm doing. And let's just get some like-minded people that love cruising to do stuff together. And so that's where the Cruise Wars battles came from. And that's where ideas like that come from. And it's like, sometimes I'm really great with ideas, but I'm like, and that's the way it was at work too. Like, I was often the idea guy and then would have people that would execute. And sometimes I just wish I had an editor because it's like, you guys know how hard it is to like film and to edit and to market, to do accounting.
I'm over a year behind on my vlogs. I have Oasis of the Seas vlogs. I'm trying to get them out desperately, but it takes so much time. And I love to put them out, but it takes time for me to edit.
Well, I think that's what's been really cool about the pandemic is like Streamlabs, our StreamYard, which you're using, and Zoom, basically were very underutilized before people had to use it. And I think from a creative perspective, this is the new collaboration, like going to people's live streams, a lot of that. And so I think if we start to look for the silver linings from the you know, like
absolutely,
a couple
so much.
yeah, like the
So many
e-muster, like I'm so excited about e-muster. Like when people say, oh, we've been, held down for a year, can anything good come from it? Yeah. I think e-muster, I think this platform for collaboration. So it's like, I'm always trying to look for the silver lining. And I think there's definitely some from this pandemic that, I think most everybody has probably a greater appreciation for the life that they're living. It was so easy to take things for granted.
Absolutely.
And,
it really makes you count your blessings.
And family.
Oh, for sure. And it's
and
amazing how much we have been able to do with the like geek out, like what we can do in a virtual type of world to really still connect. And we don't have to be like hugging each other. I am a hugger, but we don't have to hug each other to be able to connect. We can have different ways and use the tools that we have and use our, even in the hospital. Real quick, I want to say thank you so much, Crazy Cat Traveler. She says, can't wait to see you on the SAST Ship Show group cruise in October.
That'll be fun.
So, man, that is going to be so excellent. And I had another one that I lost track of. Oh, man, it is so hard. Kevin Bacon, a Bloggers Cruise 2023 karaoke challenge.
That's right.
And also Travel Adventures with Eric B. Thank you so much, you guys, for the super chats. Congratulations on the new home, he says. Love the pictures on the group page. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen and if you want to see our home in Florida, we threw some out there on Nautical Nurse Nancy's Cruising Community Facebook page. But
the inside's not quite done because we've got a lot of stuff. We ended up, I just dropped a big dime on 5 beds and 3 TVs.
Oh, man.
But the thing that got me, the price on it, this blew me away. Hair dryers. I mean, who uses these things? We've got to have one.
Yeah. Hair dryers.
We gotta fit the house.
No, I'm just kidding.
He made a bunch of holes in the wall, and now we have to fix them because he's putting all kinds of lighting and.
I have patched more holes than I have put.
He's connecting us in a virtual ways. Speaking of technology, but going back to the technology thing, using the phones and the FaceTime when patients were in isolation. Let me tell you, from a nurse's perspective, to be able to have a patient connect with their family, like you talk about that, how horrible this was for people who were isolated and then not to be able to have their family, who's their support system, come to them. I don't want to be without him. I have to sometimes, but man, without your loved ones being there and then just being able to, but using the technology to be able to connect people in that way. It really did help. They could see.
It was difficult.
We could talk about how it was at the bedside and we could talk their condition over and they could see, their loved one be able to see what's going on, at least have a little connectivity that way. Yeah. So that was essential. And then we have Marco Polo. We have all kinds of groups that.
But we got to experience that on both sides because we were the family of the patient during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So we ended up having to.
Both our daughters ended up hospitalized.
I ended up sneaking into the hospital because they could only have one person there.
We might have
tell anybody,
sneaking in, but
it is interesting to see both sides.
You can't imagine that, right? No other time in you always think about going to the hospital with your loved one, and so it's so. It had to be devastating because that was our norm. If your spouse got sick or your parent got sick, you went to be with them. And now they're like, no, you can't do it.
You can't do it. Now it's so good to have them opening up a little bit more still now. Still, I think that they're very, very close with isolation. They're very careful still, but we'll see. It'll be so nice to get more and more back to normal, back to how we should be, and cruising is one of them. And we got a little. You want to talk a little bit of that Adventure of the Seas cruise?
Yeah, so for me, I've been kind of waiting for the health protocols to come out.
All of us are,
see what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good. I think I could pack a bag right now. I think I'm good with my technology. And so I just need to get that Bahamas health visa. and go from there. But I've got everything else ready. And so I've got a lot of stuff going on between now and then, but I cannot wait till we get to that. I'm going to be so excited on that day. I've looked a little bit at the Adventure of the Seas, but I don't really care about any of it. Honestly, I can't wait to just be on the ship. And it's going to be so fun.
Holy cow. Jonesy OKC is given a huge super chat. Super chat. Goodness.
Very nice, Jonesy.
You guys have blown me away. Thank you. Hashtag Team Tony.
I'm joining in December.
Joining me in December. He just doesn't know it yet, LOL.
What ship are you on in December, Jonesy?
Oh my gosh, Jonesy. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to watch the chat a little bit. But I know Steve Morales. I love so many of the names that I'm familiar with. And actually, like from a virtual sense, we've gotten to know each other from just doing like Marco Polo, which is a huge time consumer. Because
really? I've never tried the Marco Polo.
It's a video chat, and you got this huge community that are chatting, and lots of this community loves to chat. Loves to chat. So some of our groups have like you go walk away and you come back and there's hundreds of chats.
Oh wow, that's wild.
So sometimes it's like you catch different conversations. But like somebody in the chat, like Tom Beetle Bailey, Tom and Rhonda. Did you meet?
I've met Tom and Rhonda. Yeah.
Yes,
that was
super
exciting.
people. Oh my gosh. But Tom had said, it's like when you're in a bar or you're in a group setting and you walk away and then you come back. It's not like you have to catch up with all of that conversation. Right. You just catch, where you left off. And then you have all that conversation you can catch up on another day.
There you go.
But it is really, it helps you to be able to see, like, people can connect. It's a whole nother way of connecting. Yeah. But this is also why I'm not editing my videos as fast as I should. It's connecting with this cruise community.
It's going to be interesting because in my mind, I'm like, how quickly am I going to put out content from Adventures of the Seas? Because I like to go quick. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I don't know, like there's going to be so many people out there making content, and so it's just going to be interesting. I don't even know.
Lost in what's there. Yeah. How do you be unique in it?
Steve Morales.
Another.
Whoa!
Oh Steve,
sounds like we got $100 challenge. How about that?
Guys, thank you so much. You have blown me away. I'm not worthy. Steve has these wonderful flowers that he has ordered from a Facebook ad, and they are like solar flowers that they light up at night. And you get to have little snippets of people's lives in these Marco Polos. Steve, thank you.
Angie Robert wants to know what Marco Polo is.
Really appreciate it. So it's a video chat on your phone. It's an app, and you do have to give up your phone number. And at first I was kind of like, I didn't want to give up my phone number, but like, the people don't really have access to your phone number. It's just how it uses the app. The app connects to you, and then it somehow stores all the. It does take a bit of memory for the phone, but it's accessing. It doesn't save all the chats, but you basically are. Like you talk to your phone and you leave a little message and you say how you're doing today. And
that's pretty cool.
Dewey Ski is out there.
Dewey
is with the gang.
He is in Dominican Republic right now.
Oh, wow.
Thank you so much, Dewey, for the super chat.
Just do it.
Oh, just do it.
Yes.
But he also, he's got that Marco Polo, and we can, in virtual, like real time, we can see what people are doing at these like resorts. So he's at a gathering in Dominican.
It's a way to stay connected with people.
And a lot of this cruise family, we've been able to do that. So if there's people that are talking about like seeing something on Marco Polo, that's what that is. It's a video chat. And so it's a way to keep up with all. But Dewey is an amazing fellow. Have you met Dewey yet?
I've not met, just virtually, right? So I've had some interaction, but I can't wait to.
Such a love. And there's so many people out here, like Margie Butcher, like people you've made connections to. Sherry Awesome Sunsets, D&G Explorers, Derek and Gregory, we have met.
I've met Derek and Gregory.
Gregory we went to supper with.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Jeff,
great guys.
Jeffrey's Adventures, we've been able to vacation with them in Cancun. So we have been able to. Absolutely.
That's awesome. What are you guys looking forward to on Adventure of the Seas? Just the ship, or like being there, or
For me, it's being on the ship.
I think the biggest thing is going to be being on that ship and looking out at the waves and realizing that you're on a cruise ship. And we just, I love to do it all. Like I want to go rock climbing and,
but we're very different about this. So she's doing the research. She's researching all the possibilities that could be on that ship. And that's just the way she does it. For me, it's getting on the ship. And as I tell her, it's kind of like unwrapping a gift. Yeah. So you get to find the stuff that's there and you get to experience what's there. And it's more living in the moment, right?
That's kind of how we are too. Jenny likes to do the research. I don't like to know anything about it. Like I won't watch ship tours. Yes. I won't, I barely read anything. I just want to go there and just, like you said, unwrap it like a gift, experience it firsthand. And the problem is though, like when we were on the Celebrity Equinox, we missed a whole part of the ship for like the whole cruise. And so that was the only problem with that. It's like, wow, there was this great aft pool that.
And you don't like to repeat ships, right? I mean, you like the new ship.
Yeah, like we were on a tear of new line, new ship every time. So we've been on 5 cruise lines. I've been on 13 different cruise ships, 5 cruise lines. And so, I don't like to repeat. I haven't had to repeat a ship yet. And so we're trying to keep that.
And we are terrible at that. For
trying
us,
to keep that rolling.
Yeah, for us, it's, it's about the people and that connectivity. And I know
so
that
we'll be on the same ship multiple times because of the people.
We've done the Dream once, the Breeze twice, the Horizon 3 times, and we have a 4th Horizon just because of the people and the community and that connectivity, And I feel like even though you're on the same ship, you have different elements you can explore on that ship. Yeah. So and then you have the new cruise director, you have a new fun squad, all of that. So it's a different experience every time.
Yeah, I mean, I can confidently say, like, I probably haven't gotten everything out of each cruise ship that I've been on. Like, I could go again and get new stuff out of it. Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous of you. I love that variety, though, too. So having the different cruise ships is pretty cool, and the different cruise lines under your belt, and being able to look forward to that. Absolutely.
Be able to compare a little bit too and contrast.
So Tony, let me ask you real quick. So what, I know you have a bunch of cruises coming forward and you're looking forward to a bunch. Do you have one that you're more excited, that you're really like, oh, this is like the one that I'm really, I don't know, maybe it's bad for you to, like, maybe I shouldn't ask you to pick a favorite.
Well, like the question is, what's your favorite? Like, I get this one a lot. What's your favorite cruise line? I always say the next one that I'm on. So I'm very excited to be on Adventures of the Seas. I'm excited about the Mardi Gras. Like I can't wait.
Mardi Gras has gone through our fingers twice.
Yeah, we missed it. I mean,
we won't be able to sail it. Like, it's so sad.
I'm excited to see how Carnival. So I like Oasis of the Seas blew my mind when we went on the Oasis of the Seas for Royal Caribbean. We'd been on a bunch of smaller ships, and then we went on that ship, and it was like, wow, the entertainment's amazing. I just loved it. A lot of people are like, oh, it's too big. You kind of forget you're on a cruise ship. I loved it. To me, it was like a Vegas resort. And so I'm interested to see how Carnival does the big ship. And there's a lot of cool properties on that, the Shaq's Big Chicken and the Emerald Restaurant and so many things.
Like the atrium itself looks amazing. I all that research that I put forward into it, and now we're not even on it. I'm like, oh, it's just so sad.
I'm looking forward to it. And then, of course, in October, we have it, it's a group cruise for us. So I'm looking forward to being with the Loca fam again and getting to meet all these new people. And so I'm excited about that. We've still been trying to get on an NCL ship. And I think maybe, I don't even know what month, but I think we have the Bliss booked for November. And so I'm excited to be on the our first NCL, to be on the Bliss, because that's got so many cool elements, the magic carpet on the side, the virtual, the what is it? The balcony that encloses. I can't remember the name of it. But we've got a balcony cabin that, the balcony becomes part of the cabin.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that. And it's just, we got the Sky Princess next year. So another new ship. Odyssey's coming to Florida, so I'm gonna, the coolest thing I think about living in Florida now is we're like 40 minutes from the port of Tampa. So, the MSC was going to put a smaller ship there. We would be able to jump on that really quickly. Miami's the furthest place away from us now, so we're really in a position to where we could hear about a cruise and then 2 weeks later get on it. So I'm excited.
It's only going to be about 4 hours for you?
I think we're 6 hours. We're a little further north. I think it takes us about 6 hours to get down there.
Yeah. We're looking at just, we're kind of getting to where we can.
From where we're at now, it's about 3 hours, 20 minutes. So that's.
But with traffic, maybe, you got to add that all in.
I think maybe that's what got us the last time. I just remember the last time we made the trip from here.
Definitely have to account for traffic.
Yeah.
And construction. Jenny B show is in the house.
Oh, Jenny B. She's back.
Paul Vines.
Paul Vines.
Love the Florida vote.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Paul. I really appreciate Paul. Paul's one of my Marco Polo buddies, so he's out there talking. Has this he's one of the truckers that are working hard to help.
Dewey's on the edge for Thanksgiving.
Moving everything. So, And Jonesy OKC has a question for you here, Tony. It wants to know if there's a way to send a private message to you. Do you use Facebook for that, or is that?
I get hit with a lot of messages. Probably the easiest way is to send me an old school email at Tony@LidoLoca.com, because I don't get a lot of stuff there. I'll definitely see it. Tony@LidoLoca.com. And I think I completely said the whole thing wrong. We're going to be on the Celebrity Edge. That's got the magic carpet and the infinite verandas.
Yeah, the Edge is the one with the carpet.
We're going to be
man.
Jenny, are we on the Edge in November? And then I think we're on the Bliss. I don't even know what we're on. So I've completely disassociated from the cruises that we have until they start going, because I didn't want to feel that connected to them, because then it's easier for them to just fall off the list.
I feel you. It's a protecting your emotion kind of thing, because we were supposed to be on the Magic, and then we had a back-to-back on the Magic. Then we rebooked it as a back-to-back, and we lost that. We booked the Panorama back-to-back. I'm like, okay, we'll go on this one in February for sure. February will happen. Refresh all. Feed is back.
So there must be something with the YouTube servers.
Frozen up. Huh.
We're still connected good over here.
We're good.
You're good here.
I don't see.
Sorry, you guys. Just refresh.
I'm going to pull up Shipmate now, because now I'm curious as to what cruises we're on.
It looks like Jenny B does say Celebrity Edge in November. I agree with you, though. Like, after you lose too many, your mind becomes mush, though, too. It will be excellent to be able to, really count on these cruises going again.
That's going to be awesome. Okay, so here's the lineup. Adventures of the Seas in June. So that's the one we're doing together. The Mardi Gras in October.
Excellent.
Celebrity Edge in November. Sky Princess in February. Norwegian Encore in August of next year. Horizon next October. And then the Vlogger Cruise in January of 2023. And then I think we're trying to sneak in a transatlantic next year, which I'm really excited about on MSC. So
we're talking about that, I think. Yeah,
we're still going with a lot of different lines. So my lineup is Royal, Carnival, NCL, Princess. So that's 4 different ones. Then back to NCL. So yeah, we definitely like to try them all. So that's pretty fun.
Have you done Princess yet?
Yeah, so we've done Carnival, Royal, Princess, MSC, and Celebrity. Very cool. Yeah, it looks like my moderators are saying that other channels are also having some live issues with YouTube land. So so everybody, if they refresh, they'll be back. Here's our lineup. Let me just tell you how we got Adventure of the Seas also. We were supposed to be on Navigator of the Seas in July. We actually ended up canceling out because final payment, all of that final payment. Yeah.
And I didn't feel confident July 5th was going to be happening.
Yeah. Especially how quiet Royal is.
I'm not sure if I want Royal to hold my money at this point in the game at that.
Yeah.
So we did cut that out. And thank you to Miss Sherry Awesome Sunsets for being our travel agent with that one. Then we have the Carnival. We have a crazy kind of side to side. We'll see if this actually happens. But we are doing Carnival Pride October 17th in Baltimore. And then we're going to try to drive up, same day, debark, drive up to New York.
Wow.
Same day.
And catch that
Wow.
Norwegian breakaway for the ship show.
I get to
Sharon
drive.
at Sea. He's driving.
There you
I'm
go.
closing my eyes. And please don't get a ticket or an accident.
Yeah.
And we'll get there. If he's driving, we'll get there plenty of time. If I'm driving, we're missing the ship. So, we're totally different driving styles. So then we got January. We got Carnival Miracle in Hawaii. So
Wow.
that's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
And
that'll
that's
be
with
fun.
Para DJ. Then March 5th, 2022 on the Vista. That's that celebration with Sharon at Sea. Carnival Pride, April 2nd with Dave and Brandy. That's that is partial
Next year
transit
is
Panama
crazy.
Canal.
Oh, wow.
And then the celebration, I'm just nervous now every time a new ship comes out because we lost the Mardi Gras when it was new because it got delayed in production. So that was our first cruise that we missed. It was like an inaugural Mardi Gras cruise that was going to Canada and yeah, that. So now I'm a little nervous for the celebration. Like it's one of the inaugural cruises in Thanksgiving time. So I'm kind of, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like, oh, please let that happen.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll know in plenty of time if they are running behind, for that one. And then the breakaway, the vloggers cruise. So
it's a great schedule. You guys got some great cruises.
We got a decent lineup, a lot of carnivals we have, and then we're trying Norwegian for the first time, and then this will be the first time Anthony is on a royal ship. So
nice.
That'll be the first one.
That'll be really nice. We really did enjoy. I enjoyed Oasis with my daughter. So trying to get a little series.
Well,
out
we've
for
got
that.
She just started the teaser for that one. It just isn't out yet.
Yeah.
Was that after the refurbishment? That after?
Yes, that was January of 2020. So before,
Just
before the shutdown. And what a great cruise. Oh, such a great cruise. Thank you, Jonesy, for coming. He says good night. Pleasure meeting you too.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Thank
people,
you so
Jonesy.
much
people that
for
are
the
jumping
super
off
chat.
because of
I know it's quite
YouTube.
late. And yeah, some people
YouTube
are.
is having still some issues. So yeah.
Issues.
Uh-oh, now it's down to
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
So they're
Uh-oh.
refreshing and they're only getting about 2 seconds of feed before it cuts out. But it seems like the recording is still going. So catch us on the replay. That's what I'm trying to tell people out there.
Yeah.
Because it'll still be there.
Looks like
Unfortunately, we're
watching
having
the replay is not the same as watching a stream.
Yes.
Oh, that's a bummer. We now have gone to Mexican radio, says Steve Morales. Please stand by. Oh, they are having issues with.
Wow.
I don't think it's our internet connection at all.
No, there's a good connection between us. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we
we're fine.
wouldn't see it. So I'm curious what.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up to see what it looks
what
like.
it's going to show. Jonesy, thank you for subscribing. I'm sorry that this is spinning. I understand,
same.
Carol. I know you gotta.
Yeah.
It's just spinning. So, well, it was fun.
What happened to YouTube?
I got one question for you, or one comment.
Sure.
One thing I would like for you guys to consider on your channel is maybe bringing back some of the classic content, like the "Hey Jenny,
Yeah. Where's my dinner?
Where's my dinner?
Like some of the classic, just some of the original
seriously,
stuff.
the 100 days,
fun.
the 100 days
Yeah.
in Havana.
Yes,
Oh my
100
gosh,
Days of Havana.
100 Days
I
of
love
Havana.
that.
Yeah, it was such.
And actually, Nancy got into this, and I was just sitting there listening in the background of this stuff, and it was just a hoot. Just I wasn't watching the screen and watching what you guys are doing, but just the interaction that you guys have on your channel was just hilarious.
Oh,
So,
look at somebody says it's working fine with me. One flight away says it's still working fine. So Daniel Fields says that he has done that Baltimore to New York City drive. Do you think that, Daniel, tell me if you can still hear us, Tell me if you think that that's possible to debark a ship
It's very possible.
and to drive up from Baltimore to New York to the port of New York, park your car, get a shuttle, and board another ship. Tell me what you think.
That's good. I can't wait to see you guys do that. Actually.
Oh man, it's gonna be
That'll be
thrilling.
fun.
And if we miss it, we're flying down to Bermuda to
There
catch
you go. Catch it the next day. Yeah.
We are.
Oh, Marilyn Moore
I'm
says
pretty sure we'll make it.
it's playing on her end. So wow, nothing like YouTube issues to make life just a little bit more adventuresome. Tony's magnetic personality broke the YouTube.
I don't know about that.
Well, our
Crazy cat traveler.
number of
Love
views
you.
hasn't dropped off too much right now, so I'm thinking it's affecting a portion of the country. So
Yeah, it must be affecting and the Kex
it's a 5-hour
Team
drive from
South
Baltimore
Florida.
to New York City, I think.
says looks good.
Okay, well, I think I could do that in 3. Yeah.
Yeah. When we were dating, we were long distance when we started dating way back. It's our 30th on the adventure. We're celebrating
forgot
our
about
30th.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
Thank
awesome.
you. It's going to be so amazing. But when we were dating, he was in Minneapolis and he did that drive a few times way too fast.
Uh-oh.
My fastest time from Minneapolis to Milwaukee is 2 hours 53 minutes.
Just
Wow.
oh my goodness, just dangerous, right? Dangerous. You guys can all scold him now.
That was when the speed limit was still 55, by the way.
Did you get many speeding tickets?
None.
There you go.
Oh well, no, not I've
Well,
gotten
not
speeding
that
tickets.
time.
Not that time.
He has gotten speeding
I've gotten a
tickets.
few.
In
I've
his
gotten, I've been suspended for speed. So.
Hey,
Not
Robin,
lately. Not
I see
lately.
a question. Just cruising on the high seas is asking what my email is. So if you want to get in contact with me, it is let's see, it's nkplack@gmail.com. So NK and then PLACK @gmail.com. That's the best way to get a hold of me by email. So sorry about
Yeah, they're
that.
still having some issues.
Jeffrey is Jeffrey up in Washington, Seattle area. Seattle, no, he's Oregon. He says I'll have to watch the rest afterwards. Keeps crashing. Oh man, Mr. Cruise Fever says on my smart TV it's working. So,
Yeah, it could be regionalized. Yeah.
all these names, like so many of the names. I just love seeing the names that you're familiar with. Like even when I was like being part of, I kind of miss being just so involved in the chat that you can like keep up with the chats, just like in there and you're I do that on my Sharon at Sea Monday night. I'm able to be a moderator on that channel.
You're so focused.
Yeah.
I am very focused because we've had some shenanigans on that channel. So
Yes.
woo, we've had some nasties coming by. So it's been an honor to be like their hammer.
Yeah. No, it's fun. Like I've been doing that like for Dawn or something like that, and it's great to just sit in the chat and kind of like just deal with the chat without having to kind of deal with everything else. It's really fun to connect with people that way.
It is. The bigger the channel is, the more you have to watch for the hooligans. So then you don't get to be part of like the conversation quite as much. But I'm pretty. I remember sometimes I was able to keep track of like several different lives at one time, and I was like listening to one live and like chatting, and then I listened to another live and chatted there
that.
too.
Yeah,
and
so
I had like 4 going at one time, and then I was like, okay, I can't do this.
Too much.
Oh man, Mary Ellen Dillon says it's not your fault.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love this.
TP said that
community.
Tony, you're right. It may be a regional issue because mine has been fine. So yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's regional.
I think it might be a little area that might be out, but we can go a couple more
if I
minutes
didn't
if
have
you're
the chat
okay.
up, I could pull up my
Sure.
data center analysis and figure it out. But
Yeah, I'll tell you what. So I remember following Jenny and Tony and Jenny way back. I think I caught you after you had done your first cruise, but you were kind of still newbies, and I appreciated that that you were pretty honest about being new, and that you were honest about like why you liked the cruising, and it took like that what your first cruise was like, all of that, Tony.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of been our approach through all of it, is just try to be as honest as possible. And we're all unique individuals, but there's some things that there is a lot of commonality for. And so that's what we found pretty quickly is like, some of the things that we connect with on cruising, so do other people. And so we've just tried to be as honest as possible. You guys mentioned the 100 days to Havana. The thing that was interesting is like, I got the bug right away. So, we went on that first cruise, didn't film enough, didn't really know what we'd watch some vlogs and we thought, okay, it would be cool to try to make a vlog. And then when we got home to try to make a vlog, it's like, oh, I didn't film enough stuff, but we weren't going to go cruising again for a while. And it's like, okay, so what do we do now? And that really became the challenge. Like, are we really going to do this thing? And, we made like a Faster the Fun video that kind of got some views, which was exciting. And then it's like, I really want to learn how to do this. And I'm kind of an iterative learner. Like I want to do something and then look at that thing and see what I can improve on. Yeah. And so 100 Days to Havana became like this quest. Like, how can we talk about, how can we show our day? Like it was an interesting style for us because I'd seen a lot of vlogs and I'd seen a lot of like commentary or cruise tip videos. And it was like, well, how can we do both? And so we would do like, okay, we'll film our day and then we'll sit down and have a cruise conversation. And so that's really what 100 Days became for us, is like, how can we combine those two things? And it really was like, that was the learning experience. Once we realized we could do 100 days in a row, and it was hard sometimes, like, filming or trying to get it uploaded. But, once we did 100 videos in a row, it's like, I think we can do anything, and we still weren't really that, I still wasn't that proficient as an editor or a filmer, but we were getting better at telling stories and stuff like that. And so that's the wildest thing about cruise vlogging is you have a limited amount of time on the cruise ship to capture everything that you want to capture. Yep. And like, I've been on 13 cruises. So really I've only had 13 attempts at becoming a better cruise vlogger. And so it's such a wild thing. So, I'm not apprehensive, but there's still a nervousness for me. Like, okay, I'm going to go on the adventures of the seas. Am I going to get enough to tell a story? Am I going to get enough to show people what they want to see? And so I already have a little bit of that positive anxiety for my creative process. And so it's like, okay, here's attempt number 14 at making a good cruise vlog. So,
oh man. Well, let me ask you, do you think that I get enough cruise content?
She gets as much as she can get.
I get so much.
Every bit.
I get so much that it's like, oh, but then, the worst thing is not having that one thing that you really that would have like made it cohesive. And so then you do have to use your creativity to be like, oh, okay, either I have words or I have voiceover, or maybe they don't need that. Like they don't need to be spoon fed. They can figure out that, we went to dinner then. So,
But not having that one thing is sometimes a good thing as well.
Yeah. That's just it. Like, I mean, it's like, it makes you be creative. And
it makes you be creative. It makes you be you. And what people love is, as you said earlier, the honesty. So being honest to who you are, to what you do, it is easier. And B, people love it. People want to know the real, authentic person. They don't want to know some image or flash of what's going on.
Isn't that the glamour of YouTube too? I mean, not the glamour, but it's the draw of YouTube is the raw. Being raw, like being real people, not commercial, like like polished at it. Like we're real people experiencing this experience, and we're all like celebrating and looking forward to this experience, and it happens to be this amazing vacation. Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that I really love about YouTube is it can be anything to anybody, right? And so everybody can carve out their own voice and be able to put forth their own message. And so to your point, like I love like the vlogs I love the most. Like I've seen some like beautifully filmed stuff with, but I like where like I understand who the person is. So like I want to like it doesn't have to be the best video, but I like to hear conversations between people, and I like to feel like I get to know the person. Like I've watched videos before
like
where
you're traveling with them.
Yeah, I don't even know who the people are. Like, oh, this is pretty, but who are these people? Like, why do I care? Right. And so and I think it appeals to people different ways because I've had feedback before like, we don't really care about you. Just show us the port, right? And so it's like everybody has their own, what they like. And so yeah, it's always that interesting balance to be like, you know,
Yeah.
like I think on one of the Princess vlogs or something, I just kept the camera on me a lot. Like I had a wide angle lens, you could see everything going on behind me, and people like that was the feedback I was getting. Like, we don't really want to see you, we just want to see the ships. And I'm like, okay, you know. So it's interesting because to me, I just want to know the people. I would rather see people at a dinner table talking about some weird topic than, you know, because like, you know, it's cool to see cruise ships, but until you're on that ship, you don't really get the sense of that ship. And so to me, it's but the people, you can really get a sense of who people are through video.
I watch how-to videos a lot of times. The ones that I hate the most are where they're sitting there with the mic on, doing something, saying absolutely nothing.
Right,
you just see their hand, and sometimes it's just one-handed. I hate those because you don't get to know the person.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I so much want to, you know, you'll hear them grunting or breathing into it, but you just see it's like, oh man, I can't watch this. I got to turn this off.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
there's no human there. Right?
I always appreciate too you're such a good coach, you know, in the whole being a creator kind of a thing, as far as, or even just living life and like retrospectively looking at what you've done and saying, okay, kind of let's evaluate it, and can I do better? Or like, you're kind of challenging yourself on an ongoing, you know, on the ongoing basis. So
yeah, it's so weird, like how many different, like I've had a lot of careers, I've done a lot of things, I've learned a lot of stuff, and it's so weird how elements of things that you don't think even matter really come into play. And so like the YouTube's pretty wild because like I use analyst skills, and I mean, there's just like stuff that like you're like, oh, I learned this for that job, but now it's applicable here. And it's and it's so weird. Then you just mesh your whole vibe into it, and it's it's been a wild ride.
We really enjoy just the way you present it too, Tony. You have such a fun spin on it. You really it sure doesn't seem like you're an introvert when you're in front of the camera. Like,
well, the cool thing is like this room's empty now. This, you know, so like I'm able to do that disassociation too. But I mean, I can speak in front of people. Like, if I get to know you, like I'm annoying. Like I'm like you will probably be annoyed with me by the end of the cruise, but it'll take me a while to warm up. So it's just the way it works out.
Well, guess what?
I don't get annoyed with
I'm also an introvert. So believe it or not, I cope best if I'm overwhelmed. I cope best by withdrawing from people.
Yeah.
Is that goofy or what? But then this cruise community like makes me excited, and that makes me almost a different personality than I usually am. So it's goofy. There
is this misconception that because I'm quiet or not there, that I'm not extroverted or that I'm not out there. The reality is that I step back from her to let her shine.
He is actually, a lot of people are like,
encourage her to get to doing this because it helps. Jenny might do that same thing for you, where she's encouraging you, pushing you forward to get into your space to do that so that you can be who you are. Yeah. And that's the key thing. And so, so I take a step back in a lot of this, is just to let her experience it, let her go through it and be out there for people.
Yeah, we had some
to
comments.
Know that Nancy, I know.
We had some comments that, you know, oh, you know, he's such a mild, shy person. And he's really, really not. You know, at a party, I get overwhelmed, and I'm better with the one-on-one. Like let's talk together one-on-one. If I'm trying to talk to a whole group, I can't function. I'm like, and then.
See, and I come alive at probably 100 to 2,000 people. So.
There you go.
Oh Lordy.
We'll throw Anthony in front of the big crowd.
Oh man. Well, I can't believe, you know what? The time is gone by already. I can't believe it. Because I don't even feel like we scratched the surface of what I wanted to talk about. Well, I am really looking forward to Adventure of the Seas. I have not researched it as much as I usually would, but I think I'm actually at peace with it because I've had so many cruises that I have researched, and right now I'm kind of at a point where I'm kind of like, I'm going to let that unfold a little bit, and let that happen as it happens. And hopefully we won't miss any like major parts of the ship.
I don't think so. There's enough people on there that'll probably drag us along if we've missed something. Like, oh, make sure you go do this. So yeah, we should be good.
Hopefully it won't be too annoying.
Want to stick a motor on that cabana.
Yeah, there you go.
Those floating cabanas at Coco K. He wants to motorize one.
I'm trying to figure out how to motorize one. I'm going to see if I can get on a local Craigslist and find a little motor that we can stick.
That'd be funny. Drive the cabana around.
Oh man, but totally looking forward to like meeting you in person for sure, Tony.
Same here. I can't wait to meet you guys.
Yeah, it'll
man.
be fun.
It's gonna be a blast.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. I have so much I want to ask you still. So
another hour. We'll have to do this again. Yeah, well, definitely for sure.
I really appreciate it so much, and just thanks again for being a guest on the show.
Well, thanks for having me. It was a blast. Thanks everybody who's watching, and it's really good to talk to you guys, and it really builds the anticipation for meeting you face to face. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being out here. I know I didn't get to pull up the comments as much as I'd love to, and sorry that YouTube didn't work. Oh, I did want to mention real quick. Jamie from Sharon at Sea. He had a little beef with White Castles. Just want to mention that out there. I had to leave that as throw that out there.
It doesn't surprise me that Jamie doesn't like White Castle, because
doesn't surprise me either. But yeah,
we'll have to look into that. So
it's all good.
Yeah.
All right, Tony. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here. So we always do like a little tagline of safe travels and God bless.
Thank you guys. It was a blast.
Thanks so much. Take care now.
Bye bye.